We experience the passage of time as a process of constant destruction. The moment you live through right now disappears, seemingly erased into an empty void. Standard physics supports this intuition. The classical model argues that all information in the universe is strictly encoded in the immediate physical state of particles as they exist today. The past is gone because the particles have moved. But theoretical physicist John Wheeler posed a distinct challenge to this mechanical view. He introduced the concept of it from bit, the idea that information is the true foundation of reality and physical matter is merely a secondary byproduct. If the universe is built of raw data rather than solid matter, it forces a structural question. When the present moment updates to a new configuration, where exactly does the old data go? The observer-dependent theory of everything answers this by splitting reality into two distinct architectures. The first is configuration space, functioning like a projection screen for our ephemeral reality. The second is the field of potential states, an infinite mathematical architecture holding every possible configuration and historical state simultaneously. When the current moment ends, the previous configuration isn't erased. It simply leaves the active screen and remains perfectly intact in the field. Our access to this architecture is defined by the operator window width, delta n. For standard human perception, delta n equals 1. We are mechanically restricted to processing exactly one iteration of the loop at a time. The rest of the script is entirely invisible to us. Our sense of a dying, fleeting present is a severe limitation of our biological lens, rather than an absolute law of the universe. Is it possible to stretch this mathematical boundary and observe multiple frames at once? ODTOE models the observer's state as a vector that includes a projection of their history. By widening the operator window, we pull compressed data from previous iterations back into our perception, creating what we experience as memory. Foresight operates the exact same way, an expansion of the window extending into the future. It remains highly inaccurate because the mathematical noise of our current environment blurs the incoming data. Viewing the wider architecture of time is structurally possible. We simply lack the energetic capacity to see very far in either direction. To test these non-physical connections, astronomers in the late 20th century designed experiments intended to bypass the photons of the projector screen entirely. Nikolai Kozyrev and Viktor Nasanov pointed a specialized telescope at a distant star, seeking a signal that didn't rely on standard light. Their methodology relied on a highly counterintuitive step. They completely sealed the telescope's objective. They blocked all standard photons of light from entering the instrument. Despite the sealed lens, the sensors registered a strong signal. The instrument detected the star in 3 distinct coordinates at the exact same moment. These coordinates corresponded to the star's visible past, its mathematically calculated true present, and its symmetric future. This reveals the star as a world line, a singular, continuous curve in Hilbert space that holds the star's entire history as one inseparable object. By blocking the standard photon channel, the telescope bypassed the single active screen. It widened the observation window enough to detect the total object lying in the dark. Accessing the past and the future does not require moving through time. It requires an instrument capable of opening its aperture wide enough to see the entire structure at once. This simultaneous architecture directly addresses a severe anxiety in physics, the black hole information paradox. Classical models assume that any physical matter crossing a black hole's event horizon is permanently crushed and deleted, destroying the universe's internal record. Under this framework, a black hole cannot destroy information. The information generated by every historical state is the foundational structure of the field itself, preceding the physical matter entirely. The singularity is an extreme configuration that creates a block for our specific observation operators. The data continues to exist intact on the film strip. We are simply prevented from shining a light on it. If the entirety of the past and the future exists right now, why is our conscious experience locked into a forward march? The direction of time is generated by the spiral gap. Our observation mechanism functions exactly like a ratchet. It is mathematically capable of actualizing reality in only one direction, creating the unbroken illusion of moving forward. To subvert this strict forward motion, we build vast technological extensions to our own biology. Every time an instrument like the Webb telescope captures the edge of the known universe, it is gathering photons from billions of years ago. It is projecting an original, perfectly preserved frame from the early sequences of the world line. The universe functions as a limitless archive. The past has not been erased, and the future is not an empty void. They are complete, massive structures, existing in silence, waiting for us to widen our lens and let the light in.